Okay, so this is going to be the practice quarterfinal. This is going to be question 1 in applications. Bart, because he's so studious, wants to spend 20 bucks on toys and supplies. He luckily has like this ratio where it says toys to supplies is 6 to 4. Why does he have this ratio? I don't know why, but we'll just try to find out the amount spent that Bart needs for toys. Now, clearly, I have this thing called a ratio. How do I know it's a ratio? It's because it says this. 6:4. What does that really mean? It's basically telling us that there are 6 parts compared to 4 parts for toys to supplies. Now, what's the whole goal in that? Well, the whole point of doing this is to figure out how much parts Bart needs to spend in total. So here's what I need to do. If I have 6 to 4, one thing I can do is I can add the parts together. So I'm going to say 6 plus 4. Okay, if I simply do 6 plus 4, what does that give me? 6 plus 4 gives me 10 parts in total. Well, clearly I have the parts in total, but what's the purpose in that? Well, the purpose is that we now know that Bart spends 20 bucks. If there's 10 parts in total, I like to think of it as like pizza slices, right? Why not think of food? Imagine if I had a pie like this, and I'm gonna try my best to cut it into 5s. So here's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I do it again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So imagine this is 10 slices, 6 of them, so I'm gonna kind of etch it out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 are dedicated to toys, while the other 4 are left for supplies. This whole pie makes 20 bucks. Well, I want to find out maybe the price of one slice, right? The purpose of finding one of the prices for the parts. How do I do that? All I'm simply going to do is going to take this $20 and the parts in total and divide it. So I'm going to write it out like this. 20 over 10 parts in total, because this is total divided by total, gives me a total of $2. What does this $2 tell us? This tells us that each slice is worth $2. Now I can use that to find out how much I spent on toys. I look at the ratio and I notice that for toys, it's going to be 6. So all I'm going to simply do is, well, I'm going to count. This is $2, 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 and finally, this is $2. What can I do with all of that? All I can simply do is just multiply $2 times the 6 slices. That would give me a total of $12. Let's say I wanted to find supplies, even though it doesn't even mention it in the problem. I'd still do the same thing. I take how much each slice is worth, the $2, and I simply have to multiply it by 4. That gives me a total of $8. So that's how we kind of break the problem apart. You take the ratio, you add up whatever parts there are, and all you have to simply do is divide it by the total. So our answer is $12 for supplies and, $12 for toys, while Bart unfortunately only spends very little on supplies because I guess he just is a big baller on toys. But that is the end of our problem.